stops here on Alcatraz Island. There's a lot to see, so let's continue the tour. Hang tight, and we'll pass the cell block soon. Of course, they're not in use anymore, but if you listen carefully, you might hear the rattling of chains, or even the twang of Al Capone's banjo. Some say Alcatraz Prison is one of the most haunted places in the country. Just last October, one of those reality television shows came by and tried to capture a ghost on film. Can you believe it? They even brought a psychic along, but she left almost right away. I don't go in for that supernatural stuff myself, but I have to admit, I've heard a creepy voice or two in my time on the island. Spooky! Anyway, Alcatraz has 4 different cell blocks, including the notorious cell block D, where most of the most twisted inmates were kept. Each cell is about 9 by 5 feet, and that's not a lot of space. Back during the Civil War, the prison was used to hold Confederate soldiers, and after President Lincoln was assassinated, also held sympathizers found celebrating his death. In more recent history, Alcatraz Island was declared a landmark in 1986 and is one of the country's most popular tourist attractions. Whether it's the gruesome fate of the many prisoners or a fascination with the eerie supernatural phenomenon that still haunts the island, there's just something special about Alcatraz, not to mention the sick lines. First up, I'd like to point out that I hate Ranger Bob and think he's evil. It was his job to clean up after those birds that keep messing up our beautiful pavilions, but did he? No! The birds had the run of the place! Now that he's gone, we've been short-staffed for over 20 years and everyone tries to pitch in, but we can't keep up. There's a lot of birds here, and I don't know what they're eating, but it sure makes a big mess all over the place. You can scrub for hours, then the next day, it's just as bad, maybe even worse. Those birds are something else. They have a grim look in their eyes, sharp beaks that poke, and talons that can rip and shred. Those birds have a bad attitude, and guess what? Just last week, one of them pets me. That being said, in 1775, Alcatraz was originally named La Isla de Alcatraz. In 1846, John Fremont purchased the island for $5,000, but in 1850, President Fillmore ordered that the island would be used as a military facility. The word Alcatraz means pelican, although I've never seen one around here, thankfully. Their large beaks make me uncomfortable. Okay, hold tight and I'll show you the sights, not just the famous and popular sights you might have seen on television or in the movies, but the real Alcatraz, the Alcatraz that locals like myself have come to know and love. That's right, you're riding with the one and only original Ranger on, except no substitutions, no siree. I've worked on this island for most of my life, and believe me, I know it inside and out. I can show you things you've only dreamed of, so hang on tight and stick with me. We're going places, we're going there fast. Anyway, don't forget to pick up a souvenir before you leave. Maybe pick up 2. I'm sure there's a couple people waiting for you back home who'd love a little bit of Alcatraz to call their own. The holidays will be here before you know it. But don't take any rocks or plant life off the island. That's strictly prohibited. You'll get slapped with a hefty fine if you get caught, and you will get caught. Those security guards aren't just for show, you know? Not that they're all as diligent as I'd like. Keep this between you and me, but I caught Sid napping in the bulldozer just last week. I couldn't believe it. Would you risk a sweet job like this just for a little shut-eye? If he needs to pick me up, he's trying some coffee. I'd be glad to pour him a cup. Always plan to go around and Ranger on 64-ounce thermos. Not to mention my backup thermos and my utility thermos. Better safe than sorry, you know what I mean? First up, I'd like to point out that I hate Ranger Bob and think he's evil. It was his job to clean up after those birds that keep messing up our beautiful pavilions, but did he? Don't try them. I swear.
Don't start.